Hey guys, Adam here. King of the Course is next week, and they're doing Grizzly Gulch. So I thought I'd show you how I'm going to prepare for that and what my play is on every hole. So I'm actually got a different bag here for this course. I'm changing out some discs to make my chances of aces go up, and for certain shots to be a higher percentage. My putters and mids have stayed the same. I got the Sticky Watt, this Glide Slammer, the Windbreak Fuse, and the Windbreak MD3, but everything else is changed. The only discs that have stayed the same in my main bag are my Roll Sampo, my Glide Sapphire, my Light Glide Paradigm, and my Glide Skip Strive. Everything else is different, including a Glide Stag in there for a specific hole. But anyhow, yeah, let's get into it. So hole 1 here, I'm gonna go Roll Instinct, which is the same as the Explorer, by the way, or Roll FD, depending on the wind. In winds, neutral winds or winds out of the left, I'm going to go with the Explorer, and with winds out of the right, I'm going to go FD. So here we go. 3 headwind. This is one of the trickier winds, so I go with a higher ace line here. Pretty close. So that's kind of how I would run that. A little dicier. And then in neutral winds and winds, I'm going to go top chevron by this like creek here and this tree. So like somewhere in here, depending on the wind. So if it's a wind to the left and it's a headwind or something, I'm going to go like that. But otherwise, or like even like this maybe. And then winds out of the right, I'm going to go like more over here. So this is a 1 wind to the right tail. I'm factoring in 1 winds for this specific ace run. Excuse me. And I just throw a couple here just to show you that it is a safe run if you miss. So that was a rushed throw here. This one might actually go in here. Okay, yeah. So then if in winds out of the right, I'd do the same line, and then I should do FD, and then it would help against that crosswind a little bit better. All right, hole 2. So I got a few runs here. Depends on the wind, of course. This is a 3 almost like full head, not a full head, so I have a chance at acing this. I would go Glide Sapphire in this wind. Unlikely, but possible. And that's how you do that, as you can see. Let's see what... Oh, I gotta go back to hole 2 now. I could have showed you my other FD play, but whatever. Hole 2 now. Okay, and now we got a 2 wind out of the left. This is Roll Sampo. So, or out of the right. Winds out of the right, I'm going forehand ace lines, and then winds out of the left, I'm going backhand ace lines. So 2 wind out of the right. That was actually not... I meant to put a quarter disc Anheuser on that. So that's not actually what I would do for my pullback. Whoops. Okay, so quarter disc Anheuser right there. That's what I meant to do. Sorry about that. Yeah, has a good chance. Didn't quite ride the wind out nicely, but stays safe if you miss. I mean, you could go backhand. Here, I'll show you an example of going backhand instead. But it's just a little bit tighter, as you can tell. And that tree comes into play more on the right. Let's try a different wind here. So, this is a 2 wind out of the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to go roll musket near this bush, top chevron near this bush, and then straight back, maybe a touch of hyzer if it's this wind. I didn't put a touch of hyzer. That's why I didn't go in. Let's try that again. That was a lot of ground play. That is unusual. So, okay, straight back. And there you go. That's how you backhand hand ace run that. And then there's a lot of stuff to keep you from going long. Now let's see what other winds we get here. Maybe try 1 or 2 more. Oh, there's a 2 tail. In this situation, I'd almost just go forehand Sampo, just because I can give it some width. Really avoid all those trees. Yeah, just like that. All right, on to hole 3. I'm gonna keep changing the holes here, so that way I can keep resetting if I need to. This one is a skip strive or a skip... Well, I'm not doing the skip captain, but skip strive. The skip captain is okay on this hole, but I've gotten this Anheuser play down enough where I don't actually need to worry about those winds out of the right anymore. So yeah, this is literally the play. I don't know what else to tell you. Just practice it. Don't do that. That was a really bad throw-in attempt. All right, now, next hole. Yeah, I'm doing that in every wind. I'm just going to change my release angle depending on the wind. That's kind of what I'm going to do there. All right, now Grizzly 4. This one is ace run central, but it's wind dependent. So this is straight back, pull back aim point in a neutral wind. 3 wind out of the right. We're gonna go here, just like that, straight back. Give this a run. There you go. Let's try it in another wind here. Okay, nice neutral wind here. This is a great example here. So just straight back. And then it has the height. And then I'm making the right side of my flight, the side, like if my spread of shots is left and right and the extremes, I'm making the extreme right the ace. I'm not aiming for the ace and like, because if it turns too much, then I'm in the water. I want to, like, out of my spread of shots, the right side of my spread is the ace. And that's how you ace around this and stay safe. So, like, this is not what you would want to do because, oh, if I almost get the ace, cool, but then I almost went in the water, right? And I also aimed a little too low there, so. Yeah, just like this. This is kind of what I would do for my spread. Anyway, yeah. So then on hole 5, I'm bagging a unique disc just for hole 5, and that is the Light Glide Rive. Now this wind, I'm not actually going to go Light Glide Rive. I also got the Light Glide Paradigm. That's my alternative, depending on the wind and how I feel. I'm used to using the Paradigm, so, and like even this is not a bad comebacker here. 2-1-E7, just like that. Boom, right? Whoops. Grizzly 5, let's go back there. Let's show you my normal play for the tournament. Light Glide Rive, and then you just kind of go straight back. Maybe a touch of Anheuser, touch of hyzer, depending on the wind. I would like to be more right than that normally. Thing is if you're far away enough from this well, you can throw this in, no problem. Just like that. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, so even in a 2 wind out of the right, I'd still go Light Glide, just touch an Anheuser instead. And then you want to land more about here, yeah, so perfect. And then it'll be on the shelf. I want to get on the shelf because that's going to increase my eagle percentage greatly. I mean, if I'm away from the rock wall, I'm totally okay with taking that throw in, and I'll get that a lot of the time. But if I don't make the shelf. But the thing is, if you're glued to that wall, there's not a lot of eagle likelihood there, really. Okay, Grizzly 6. This is my flex play with the Light Glide, and the reason why I use the Light Glide Paradigm here instead of like a turn glide rive or like a glide roll rive or something is because if I hyzer out early, then I will probably, I will still carry the archway. That's kind of my mentality there. So like I way hyzered out here. This is actually way more than I would normally hyzer out, and so, but I land on top there at least, and they tend to funnel down. Let's try this again here, a better example. So I would probably go about there, and actually it just cleared it just fine. Yeah, so that's kind of my shot here. Let's do a couple more, and then I'll show you a couple unique wind plays as well. So okay, this is a good example here. Because I'm a Light Glide and not a turn glide, I actually get down there and then it can help funnel or whatever it needs to do. Now let's try to get a nasty wind here. See what we can do. I don't want to reset for too long. There's a couple unique winds where I'm going to do something else. Okay, this wind, I'm not actually going to go over the top of the Light Glide because that's way too much disc here. So there's 2 ways you can handle this. So either you go Accurate Glide Sapphire, or Roll Sapphire in this wind actually you can even do. So I'll show you what that looks like. I wouldn't recommend this, but this is safe for sure. Maybe Glide is actually the play. I don't know why I went Roll there. Had ideas in my head and then they didn't play out. Yeah, you'd want to be like left of those trees coming in, but it can work. Like the forehand can work. It's just you have to be a bit more precise. Let's throw one more of these forehands. A bit more precise. So there you go. This is what the forehand would look like. You got to miss those trees, of course. And then you can have a nice little putt here if you get nice. Or this is what I'm going to do here in this wind. I'm going to go Light Glide Rive over here, just like that, and then like tons of hyzer. There you go. And then, yeah, I'm gambling with those trees, but this is a very rare, like this is the worst that can happen here. And even down here, I think I have a chance of saving this throw in here. Yeah, no, not quite. Yeah, in the 3 headwind, I'm going to take the forehand though with the Accurate Glide Sapphire. All right, now Grizzly 7. What do we got here? This is an ace run. So this is where the stag comes in. Let's find a more neutral wind to show you my standard play that I'm going to be aiming for during this thing. Yeah, this is all layup winds here, the 3 headwinds. I'm not running that. I'm probably not going to run the 3 wind to the left either. I may give that a cheeky bid, but not really. Yeah, these aren't ace run winds. Okay, 1 wind. So pull to the left so that the slider is where the arrow is here. Just like that. I'm not going all the way. This is all the way. I'm going to like here. Top chevron. You know where this like kind of S is in the thing? In the creek? Yeah, I'm going to go where the S is. Maybe touch left. And then straight back. Maybe a touch of hyzer, if anything. And for some reason, this aim point is just so money. Like, look, I almost aced it just now. And then, because it's not a roll disc, my cut roll stats are like way down on this ace run here. So yeah, I'll throw a few more on this line here. Like, look, I miss, and the stag has that predictable fade, and like even behind this tree, this is no problem. You might be like, no, I don't believe you. Okay, let me show you. Behind this tree, the putting, it's no problem. So you just find the window. There you go. Pull it over, and then swipe. There you go. That was easy. All right, now you just gotta know where the collision is, really. If you don't, okay, so arrow, same thing. I'm gonna put a touch of hyzer because this is a one hand, and I'm gonna aim a little higher and more left. I'm gonna put a touch of hyzer, as you can see, and then this isn't gonna miss right. Look, I mean, again, like the spread, in my spread, it's pretty narrow, but also the right side of my spread is the ace. I'm not making the ace the main thing, but the like a cool byproduct. Because if I like, this is an example of me not doing that. This is the danger of missing right, is you can go crazy. I actually stayed safe somehow, but I can't count on that, right? So I'm just gonna make sure I err on the side of hyzering out early rather than turning it over. Also, if you turn it over too much in this line, that's what happens as well. So let me just show you kind of, you can even go up and left, and a straight pullback is also really nice. So like over here, and then this keeps those trees out of play a little bit more. And this is what the ace would look like, maybe. Okay, if you want a safer play in this hole and you don't want to try to do what I'm doing, or you don't have the accurate glide stag, you can run it with the Sampo or the roll sapphire as well. And there's certain winds where I'll actually run it with the roll sapphire, such as a 2 right to left. The roll sapphire is really nice for that. This is the roll. This is like a roll sample run, but it's safe because the right side of my spread is the miss. So this is a 2 right to left. So I'm gonna run this with the roll sapphire. So this is a 2 right to left straight pull, but this is a right like ahead. So I'm gonna actually go up and right more, and then I'm gonna go straight back. And now the right side of my miss is the ace, and it stays nice and safe. The only thing you need to worry about is cut rolls or weird ground play. But that's what you get with a roll disc, you know? All right, let's go to Grizzly 8, because this is going to be the one where you have multiple plays you could do. But I'll show you my 2 main plays. So first main play, now my stance depends on the wind, but in this wind I'm going to pull my stance to the right. And then my top chevron is on the right part of the M, but since it's a 3 wind, I'm going to actually move it over a bit. Now, my anhyzer is halfway between the edge of the disc and the edge of the Wi-Fi band, so right there, just like that. And that's just because of the 3 wind. Normally I put a little bit more than that on, and then sometimes those trees get in your way. Now let's try a different wind here. Okay, 2 winds, similar idea. I'm gonna put right on the M this time, and then my anhyzer will be a touch more than what halfway is. And then that way, if I overturn it, I do something like this, and that's totally fine. And this can still give me a nice look. And I'll show you kind of ways you can make this throw-in happen even from here. Okay, so we got 51. This is a couple options. I'm gonna go with the Windbreak MD3. This has a chance. And then that way, if it misses, it's safe. Okay. This is okay. Sorry, I meant to put on the right normal stance here. Oh, okay. Top part on the M, halfway between, and it overturns. It's fine like this. This is totally fine. Actually, this is going to be a decent run at it. But if it doesn't, you can also make it. All right, 41, going forehand here. Actually, I meant to go backhand, not forehand. Let's try that again. 41, backhand, just like that. Yeah, a little higher, and that would have been perfect. All right, a couple more wins here. I'll show you what happens if you pull your stance to the right. That also can work nice. If you hit this gap just right, you can get up on that shelf there, which is really nice. So, not really fully on that shelf. You want to be even higher. This is actually going to slide down too. But you can get up on that shelf, and it's really nice. Okay. Now, up high, backhand. That's kind of what I meant to do before. And that would be how you'd... Oh, what the... That went in the cage! Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay, here we go. 3 wind. This is another one I wanted to show you. So, in this situation, I'm going to pull my stance to the right. Bottom chevron on the aim marker. Anheuser here. Air on the side of overturning this. And then it's going to come back, and it's going to just ride up this wall, generally. And it gives me a good chance to get on this shelf. Let me just throw another one here to show you. This is a wind-dependent shot here. Normally, aiming this high, you stall out, or you don't get quite as good a look. And obviously here, if you don't turn it enough, that's the danger. So I'm going to be erring on the side of overturning it and not doing this. I also didn't turn that enough. I had my pullback. I aimed a little too high, and I had my pullback like here. You want it to be about here. So let's do this again proper. And then if you overturn it, same idea. It goes over here. But it comes on with some heat, so you can really stick it. There is no shame in this wind to actually just lay up to. It is a really nice wind if you want to get up there. You get a good chance of getting up there, actually. Oh, here's a perfect example. Can I get on the shelf? Get on there. Yeah. I was going to roll down. Oh, well. But, again, if you're not comfortable... If I'm not comfortable, I'm going to be laying up forehand in this hole. Now, let's go to hole 9. There's a few plays I have for hole 9, depending on the wind, of course, to give me the highest chance of saving things. And then in 1 wind, I'm actually going to run the ace. So, in a 3 wind out of the right, I'm going to go forehand, glide sapphire. Just like that. And then, let's do a different wind here. That'll scoot up there. Okay, 2 wind like this. I'm going to go glide sapphire. And then just going to power it down a hair. I want to avoid cut rolls, right? That's why I'm doing this. Like this. It's not going to like land funny and then cut roll. Alright, now let's get a 1 wind. Show you my ace line. Okay, forehand. Pull to the right. Middle chevron on this, where the trunk of the tree meets the hill here. Anheuser to the edge of the Wi-Fi bands. Wait for the sway to go up and right. Well, that went up, but it didn't go right. Oh, come on. You're so close. You're so close. Yeah, so I wait for the sway. Really want to make sure I wait for the sway. I don't want to overturn this. That's the danger. And that's perfect, almost. The only thing you need to avoid is that rock, and that's your ace line. And I almost made it right there. Also, that tree can get in the way sometimes. Let's try this ace one more time. Hopefully get a 1 wind again. 2 wind. Nope. Can't believe I hit the basket first go too. Okay, this is more of a headwind on the forehand, so to compensate that, I'm going to aim a little bit higher. And then I'm going to still watch this way here. There we go. Sway went up. I didn't wait for it to go up and right as much as I should have, but this still have a good chance of going in. Oh! Well, I think that's a nice end to the video there. And yeah, good luck practicing. Find discs and shots that work for you. This is what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I hope you learned something from my experimenting on bagging certain discs for certain courses. Now, this is not going to be my normal bag, obviously, but for the tournament. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Take what you will from this, and see you later.